And I am broke. I have no income. I have no income. I have no alimony because Mr. Haas didn't want to pay alimony. My rights have been just totally infringed upon. I went, okay, I had no money. Mr. Haas would not give me money for a lawyer.
So we're not on the record yet, but we have a motion to compel. So Ms. Thompson, are you going to have any testimony from anybody or just arguments?
Just arguments. Yeah. Well, there will be some testimony from the realtor, but other than that, just arguments.
Okay, and then Miss Haas, Angela Haas, you want to unmute? And are you going to have any witnesses? You're still muted. Like your lips are moving, but nobody can hear anything. You're still muted.
Okay, there. I'm using my daughter's computer, so it's not Angela, it's Rhonda.
Okay. And so are you going to have any witnesses?
Just myself and some documents that I sent as exhibits to the court.
Okay. And so, Ms. Thompson, have you got those exhibits?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so are they, is that something that I can get, that I can look at?
They were sent to the court clerk as well, or Maria, or whoever it goes to.
Okay, I mean, because I don't see anything in the file, so I'm not sure.
What you're about to see is a divorce property hearing that slowly turns into something much deeper. At first glance, this looks like a routine request to lower a home's listing price. But very quickly, it becomes a raw emotional breakdown over money, health, and perceived injustice. These cases are never just about real estate. They're about control, fear, and desperation when someone feels they're losing everything. Watch closely how the judge keeps steering things back to procedure, while one party struggles to separate legal issues from personal pain.
Used to using the computer, and the internet is liable to go out here. It's not reliable. So I was not given that right. But anyways, I did send the documents. I don't know. I'm not that computer savvy at the moment. I don't have access to all of these things, but I did send copies of the documents.
Okay, well, I don't have any of those, and you
could
have shown up, but we're going to go ahead and so Ms. Thompson and Ms. Haas, get your witnesses. Let me get them to raise their right hands. Okay, do you and each of you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Yes.
And Ms. Belusic? Oh, and Ms. Belusic, you're muted. If you're still muted, this is okay. So this is why I hate doing stuff by Zoom. So you're still muted, Ms. Belusic. I can see you're talking,
okay.
But can't hear.
Is that now?
Now I can. Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All right. So this is cause number 2022L809.
This is where the financial imbalance takes center stage. One side is covering bills, utilities, and maintenance, while the other claims complete financial collapse. Courts deal with situations like this every day, but emotion often overwhelms strategy. Instead of focusing strictly on the sale mechanics, frustration begins spilling into every answer. You'll notice how the judge repeatedly narrows the scope back to one question: selling the house. Everything else, no matter how serious, belongs in separate motions or hearings.
Of the bills, utilities, and maintenance in the house. And at this point, there is an offer on the house from, I believe, an investor, and that amount is a little bit lower than what we set when we were here last time. So we're asking the court for permission to drop the price of the house so that the house can go ahead and sell. If you recall the last time we were here, we've already talked about the stall tactics and the techniques that have been used so that Mrs. Haas can continue to live for free. And so we're asking the court to put a stop to that.
And I see here that the drop 45 and 530. So what is the offer you have now?
I believe the offer right now, Your Honor, is between 475 and 500.
It's 480,000.
Yes. All right. So do you want to call a witness, Ms. Thompson?
Just Ms. Belusic.
Yes.
Okay. You may proceed.
Ms. Belusic, and I'll just be really quick. You are listed as the realtor of this property, correct?
Correct.
And how long have you had the property listed approximately?
87 days.
Here comes a professional voice of reality. The realtor, unlike the parties, she has no emotional stake, only market data. Her testimony is simple and practical. Listing time, condition of the property, and what buyers are willing to pay. This is often the turning point in these hearings. Judges rely heavily on neutral experts, especially when emotions are high. Market value isn't based on hope or past expectations. It's based on condition, demand, and what someone is willing to pay right now.
All the different things kind of needing to be done. So I feel like he's going to put a lot of money into it. So I do feel it's fair.
Okay. And do you believe that at this point they could get, please strike that from the record. The amount of time that the house has been listed, is that a normal amount of time for a house to be listed?
In this market, yes. I do feel like it would have gone a lot quicker had it been lower.
Okay. No further questions. I pass the witness.
So Ms. Haas, do you have questions for Ms. Belusic?
Well, yeah, okay, Ms. Belusic. If you were to look at the outside exterior of the house and the landscaping and whatnot, is that what you would find standard to putting a house on the market for sale in our area?
No, I mean, it definitely needs curb appeal. And trimmed up, yes, it needs definite curb appeal.
So in your assessment and looking at the landscaping just on the outside, not to even look at what needs to be done with the house, the landscaping on the outside is not what it should be.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the hearing shifts from numbers to personal hardship, health problems, lack of income, and feeling powerless all surface at once. While these concerns are real, the court still has to stay within its legal lane. You can see the judge trying to redirect the discussion back to title, contracts, and procedure. Family court is often where emotional trauma meets rigid legal frameworks, and this moment shows just how hard it is for people to separate personal suffering from a narrow legal issue being decided.
The last time before I appeared before court, I had gone in to get some information to properties that have been sold in the area.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to narrative and to relevance. Number one, this issue's already been litigated and none of the testimony being presented is what we're before the court for today.
It is very important. Can I continue?
Well, there are objections sustained, so you can continue. It's going to depend on what you're going to say.
Okay. Well, let's get right down to the issues at hand. The property in question that is being sold or trying to be sold to an investor, okay, my name has been removed from the title, the record of title in Austin County. Someone has not.
I'm going to object to relevant.
Yeah, the documents are missing. The documents are not there. Why?
What document are you talking about?
Right now, my husband is shown to be the only person on the deed. I sent a document to the court showing the loan papers that I am to be on the deed.
So
The
have
documentation
you looked in the clerk's office for the deed to the property?
Bruce Haas is here. He has the document and he could testify to the fact.
This section highlights a common divorce conflict: confusion between loans, deeds, and ownership. Many people assume mortgage paperwork equals title rights, but those are legally different things. When trust breaks down, every missing document feels intentional. Suspicion replaces clarity. Instead of verified records from the clerk, speculation takes over. Courts can't rule on assumptions. They rule on filed deeds and official records. Without concrete proof, accusations simply don't move the needle, no matter how strongly they're felt.
Have a deed. Why do you say your name is not on the title?
I went into the assessor's office to get information. We have a cash sale for the house behind us that went for $500,000+. That was not on record. I could not get access to anything because I was told that I do not have, my name is not on the deed.
Okay, if you came to the tax assessor's office, why didn't you come to the courthouse and look for the deed?
I did go in.
Okay.
I did go in.
Okay,
And
so
and I do have the original paperwork that I gave the court a copy of it. That was not, which I know at this point, we don't have to get. I just want you to know that fact. Also,
okay, well, I don't know any facts yet, and I'm still asking the question. So you came to the courthouse, you looked at the deed, and you're saying your name is not.
I did not get. They told me I could have access to the room. I did not have time, or stress is not good for me. Stress. I have been in and out of the emergency room prior to this divorce, and I am not to get stressed because I will end up back in the emergency room. So these court settings are.
Here we see frustration over earlier expectations versus today's market. The original agreement was built around a much higher projected sale price, and now reality doesn't match that vision. Unfortunately, markets change and properties appreciate when maintenance is deferred. Courts can't rewind time. Once a divorce decree is signed, changing percentages becomes extremely difficult. This is where many litigants feel trapped. Agreements made during optimistic moments don't always survive real-world conditions. So
you don't need to object to anything, but what does a loan have to do with title to the property?
Okay. I don't know if Mr. Haas has done some finagling behind the scenes.
Okay, but what does just wait a minute. What does the loan have to do with title to the property?
I'm being forced to sell this house for nothing. I am being forced into poverty intentionally. Why? I can't prove anything at the moment. I have no income. I have no rights to even get an attorney. And Mr. Haas knows that. And in this mediation, this whole bit that I had to go to, I was told that, there's a clause there that says that I was supposed to have an attorney present. I was told that I could not because you ordered it. It was judge ordered. I didn't need to have an attorney. Therefore, I was kept for 12 hours. And right after, and I can even show you, not that you care.
After hours of emotion, the judge does what judges must do: force progress. A clear price is set, a signing time is scheduled, and logistics are nailed down. This is courtroom triage, stopping the bleeding and moving the case forward. It may feel harsh, but unresolved property disputes only create more financial damage over time. By locking in a contract deadline and location, the court removes uncertainty and prevents further delay.
Quote, pro se divorce. My rights have been just totally infringed upon. I went, okay, I had no money. Mr. Haas would not give me money for a lawyer. I went down to the bakery where the lawyer for people that don't have any money and representation are supposed to go. So I went there. And what did the guy say? His first comment was, is there any property involved? And I said, yes, 2 pieces of property. What was I told? Get an attorney. And I told him, I said, well, I would if I had money, but I don't have a job. I don't have a job. My husband does. Yeah, no, there was no money for an attorney for me. So I went to another attorney in Belleville. What do they say? $4,400 up front, but oh, you'll get the money back. Okay, well, I don't have it. I don't have it. And my life is more important than fighting Mr. Haas for this property. But in the duration of this whole situation, degrading situation as it is, to have to come before you, not knowing the law, but having to represent myself, and at the same time, know that there is all kinds of things going on behind the scenes. Prior to this divorce, we had a house in Colorado that was sold. It was $35,000 in addition to the money that went to my son for him to take over the loan. Where did the $35,000 go, I asked? Huh? Well, I was never told. Miss Haas says, well, it went back into whatever. Okay, fine. Then I was led into the situation that, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're supposed to buy a place in Utah to go live. Right, Mr. Haas? We arrived there. I'm not allowed to go in. Why? Because he signs for the loan all by himself. I also sent.
What do you say the house should be sold for? The current residence, the marital residence.
Personally, I don't have a house to live in, and he just bought a $600,000 house.
Okay.
I find that a problem. Where did he get the money? It's not listed. He says retirement.
The question
fund.
today is, what price should the house be sold at? We went from $560 to $545 to $530 without any offers, and now there's an offer for $480,000.
Yeah, and it's funny. Yeah, there were some people that came to the house, and I couldn't even find out who they were in my house. They were looking for documents. I know they were. I can't prove it. But you can ask Miss Belusic, because I called her. I recognized a truck that had driven up to my house, asking about a truck that my husband supposedly owned, but my daughter owned it. So I don't know. Maybe you can add some information to this, Bruce.
Okay, what is the price that you think the house should be listed at now?
Well, given that he won't do any repairs and he won't do the landscaping to the house is not worth much in this market. I have tried to come to an agreement with him to change the percentages on the sale of the house, but he won't budge. I personally think that the percentages for the sale, I want out. I want to be completely rid of my ex and his control and his harassment. It's been nothing but harassment in this court. And I had asked you before I signed the divorce, would I have to play this game that he has before me?